Hello everybody, welcome back to Crystalis. Last time, we went through Dragonia Castle, beat up all four of the generals. Well, within the last video or two. Beat up all those guys, saved our wise friends. And now we are on the search for Messia, who has gone to the desert with the Great Poobah. But first, whoa! But first, couple loose ends. We are actually back in Mount Hydra, and I'm getting attacked. We've come back to Styx because now that we have the flight magic, we can get something in here that we could not before. So if we will pass the poo spewing statuettes yet again, and go to the right, whereas last time we merely went left. Can come up around. Oh, hello, I was not expecting you. I really should have, but you know. Why make it easy? But we have a few items to pick up before we go venture with Messia in the desert. And see, here we have a river that has no bridging way to cross. And you can't jump it, because that would make too much sense. Admittedly, I wouldn't want to stick my foot in that either. Ugh. Anyway, grab some flight. Yoo-hoo! And actually, this is what I was thinking of last time when we went and got that, the battle armor. Drop that real quick. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, I'll have to drop that anyway, too. Anyway, we get the Psycho Shield, which is the best shield in the game. Did I? No? Why was my... Oh, because I had put the leather armor on. I was going to say, why on earth was my armor off? Isn't it beautiful? It's got a phoenix on it and everything. I wish that actually showed up different, if nothing else. That's a mimic. But that's what I was thinking when you had to fly over water to get badass armor. That's a mimic too. Okay. So we are truly done here in Styx now. So let's see, round 2, we go back to the Amazon, which is where our last video left off. And if you use your change magic you received from Kinsu, as mentioned previously, we could become a lady us. Still fabulously purple, but now with the hips to back it up. And now we talk to these ladies, and they have a very different set of wordings. Our skills are better than a man. Aerolus is into fashion. She is looking for the Crystalis plant to make some perfume. Oh, and we just so happen to have picked up a Crystalis plant. Oh, please stay as long as you like. We take care of Aerolus. She is good at hunting, but fashion is more important. Oh, because you know, no game in the early 90s was complete without putting women in their place. I'll bet you after this game they went and made their hubbies a sandwich too. And that is where you were supposed to find out where the Crystalis plant was, but, welcome to Amazons. I am their gorgeous leader, Aerolus. If you actually just talk to her as a dude, she's just like, ew, what a filthy beast, and they carry you out. I'll show you that here in a second, it's pretty funny. Make yourself at home and rest from your travels. But, oh yeah, are the villagers kind to you? Please stay alive. If you offer her the Crystalis plant. Oh my, the Crystalis plant. Is this for moi? I'm so glad. I must reward you. This is my appreciation to you. Your kindness and modesty are much more beautiful than the finest jewelry. Go in peace. She must be part dwarf. Go in peace. For our efforts, we get the Bow of the Moon. I honestly do not remember how you're supposed to know she has that besides just giving her a Crystalis plant. Of course, I guess if you think about it, when the whole thing with the Amazon women that they would actually, like, cut off one of their boobs so that they could draw a bow back better, that seems to pique something in me. Tickles my knowledge brains. Somewhere deep within. Anyway, what do we need these for? We'll find out soon enough. So let's take off our change and actually... Boom! We're a man! You filthy beast! Don't come any closer! And even though we just gave her the Carissa plant, we are kicked out on our fabulous purple behinds. But that's okay, we are done with this place. So next, we go to Goa. For we have things to do there as well. Somewhere in here, in the poor ramshackled remains of Shiren, we spoke with the dying Akahana, who mentioned he had a friend here who had an item he wished he had obtained. So let's be horrible, horrible world saviors and take Akahana's place in this fabulous reimagining. Yo, Akahana, you look good. I'll return that item you loaned me. And we get the warrior ring, a badass item, my friends. Let's have refreshments sometime. You know, I always thought that little red spot on his face was his mouth just hanging open. But Jen, my girlfriend, brought it to my attention that it was probably his drunk nose, like the big red nose, so that makes more sense, but I think it's cuter to imagine his little mouth is hanging open. Just always in surprise, like, oh! Just, oh! Oh! Alright, anyway, the warrior ring is a very awesome item. Equipping it makes you constantly shoot a level 1 charge. You no longer have to charge to level 1. You just shoot it immediately. And it is, as you can imagine, devastatingly fabulous. Alright. Actually, that is it for our wrappings up of things. So let's not spend $300. We can make it. We come back down through Goa. Not getting shot by these dudes. See, just look at the murder you rain from the skies now. It's great. I love it. We come back down through the desert. I forgot to put my leather boots on. I was too busy rocking my warrior ring. And that will get me in trouble more than I like to admit for the rest of the game. Come up here, we see we have the angry whirlpools that we can't get past, but as you just saw, we can fly over them. And now we enter a new area. La 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 la, we're on Messiah's tail. And here we have scorpions, which are the greatest experience builders in the entire game. And actually, I will end up leveling up to 16 on those little jerks here shortly. Well, yes, this is a Let's Play. Thank you for noticing. Ha! I've been waiting, only waited, what, 25 years to make that joke? God, I'm old. Oh, hey, one of them talks. A long time ago, I was one of Storm's favorites. I wish he would come back soon. Oh, poor little bunny. I don't have the heart to tell him Storm's dead. So let's fulfill his wish, shall we? Since we can change into Storm. We change into Storm? Storm, let's play! I'm wrong. We did have the heart to tell him. I'm sorry. I'm not Storm. He is gone. That's a lie! He couldn't be dead! Don't cry, little bunny. Please take this. It reminds me of him. Avenge his death for me! And we get Dio's Pendant, which is yet another badass item. we are pretty much invincible at this point. Dio's pendant, while worn, if you notice in the bottom right corner, my magic is slowly refilling. As long as you're standing still, your magic recharges, as long as you are wearing that pendant. It is amazeballs. So alright, we are now ready to enter our last village of the game, Sahara. The weather is pretty nasty, but it keeps Dragonia away. Then it is worth it. A strange couple came here a while back. One was a man with a cape, but the other was a girl. And the girl was badass, but he is not allowed to say that because this is early 90s Nintendo. When you go through a cave in the east, a great pyramid is there, and we will be heading there. I heard a rumor that Dragonia is about to be destroyed. You heard right. Did you know someone called Stom? I assume he's in training right now. Can I stop? Let's see what we say if I talk to them as Stom. Your rabbit is still on the plane. Have you seen it? How are you? You been doing good? Yeah. This must be Stom's hometown. Have you become a true wise man yet? Poor people. I feel like such an asshole just walking around as a dead dude. You are the legendary soldier. It obviously must be the purple. Just, like, the only people in this game that wear purple are awesome. Akahana wore purple. Stom was wearing blue, but I guess that's close enough to purple. All the legendary peoples are wearing close to purple. A tower with tremendous power is near, one that can destroy the world. It is said one true warrior has the power to stop that tower. That one is Lolly, and the one who will lead you is called Messia. That I know. Well, you know more than the people that started this game. But Dragon still hasn't given up on his desire to conquer the world. He's about to, because he's gonna die. Anyway, if you have enough money, you can still buy magic rings here, but they are 4,000 bucks. I thought they were 3. Wow. And you can get Fruits of Repun, but they are 3. And that is ridiculous. So, no to that. But, if we come over here, we find another little cave. And this does lead us to the desert. Oh, but like I said, I will probably spend the time to level myself up. I should probably cut this, but it gives me a chance to yak a little bit. Like I said, this game moves so fast, I don't really get much of a chance to wax poetic on life. But I'm actually recording this the day after Christmas, so it won't be uploaded then, but either way, I hope you had a merry one. I did. I had an awesome Christmas. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas, the same sentiment still stands. I hope you had a wonderful day, full of love and family and friends. Or even just yourself. Awesome days are had by oneself. Just ask me on a Friday night, because I am the life of the party. But anywho, something else I keep meaning to mention throughout these videos. This game, I mean, obviously I loved it as a kid, but through the course of life being what it is, I got separated from it. And, you know, back then we didn't have emulators. I mean, they didn't really start getting popular till, goodness, I was already out of high school when I really started getting into them. See, look at that, I already gained a level. But, so I didn't have this game for years. And actually, I was spending the weekend over at a friend's house, and she had a old Game Boy Color. And I was looking through her old games, and I saw Crystalis. They had remade it for the Game Boy Color. And I literally about knocked her over, like, you have to let me borrow this. And she said she had never gotten very far in it because, again, you're just not given very much direction at all for what to do. And so I started playing it with her watching over my shoulder. I got poisoned. And I started it up and was just super excited, and I was telling her all about how awesome the music was and just what an impact this game had on my love of fantasy and childhood and swords and death and stabbing. So it starts up, and we, I come out of my little pod and get into the first town, and I'm like, this sounds different. What's wrong with this? And by the time I got out into the world and just heard that music, I got so disheartened. For one reason or another, they didn't get to use the original music in the remake. And it really put me off the game. Like, I had to stop. I couldn't play it. It was that bad. And I was just so sad. But luckily, not long after that, I found out about emulators and was reunited with my childhood love. So yeah, I'm actually sure there are things about that game that are better. Like, I saw they had tried to improve the menus and, what else was it? Like, instead of little bars for health, you actually had numbers, and they tried to flesh out the story a little more in the opening, and, yada yada. They tried, but if you're gonna try that hard, music is a powerful force. You just don't mess with that. So anywho, yeah, just not a lot of time to talk about those kinds of things when you're jumping from dungeon to dungeon very quickly. But even then, as you can see in the, 5, maybe 6 minutes I've been yakking, I've already gained to the last 2 levels. I mean, this place is just ridiculously overpowered, which is probably why it's there, because you have to be level 16 to even touch the end boss, so. But anyway, that's that. That worked out really just wonderfully well, did it not? I'm actually a little mystified. I kind of thought that would take a video. But alright. I think we got enough time to run through the next part of this. If we come over here, we find the pyramid. Take off our flight. We don't need that no more. And we come in guns blazing, stabbing dudes, and breaking faces. Alright. It doesn't matter which way you go here. I don't know why I'm even bothering fighting these dudes now. Both of these places lead to the same spot, it's just on either side of the next room, so I'm actually gonna go this way. This is the way I always go for some reason. And this place is laid out like a grid. Ooh, that don't work. But so it can be kinda maze-like, a little confusing. And the room wraps back around on itself. So there is that. But if we come up here, at least I thought it was. Maybe I got that wrong. I may have got that wrong. I thought there was a treasure here. Maybe not. Maybe I gotta kill a dude. You are the only eyeball here. Shoot. There we go. Die. Hit you with ice balls. No? Guess not. I lied to myself. I do that a lot. Alright. Well, with that aside. come up here. We come... Oh, wait a minute. I didn't go over enough, did I? I'll bet that's what it was. Foo. Well, I thought we were going to have enough time to do this, but guess what? I ballsed it up. Many apologies. Alright, let's see. There we go. Looky there, it's almost like I knew that was there. Alright. So next video, we will go through the pyramid, and we will get very, very close to the end of the game. Matter of fact, I'm thinking I might be able to end it next time. So alright guys, I'll probably head on back out and save up just for the fooge of it, since we have big things coming up. So alright, see you next time!